Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and today we are going to do something different. Today we are going to do 2D movement. Many beginners in Unity game engine want to make a 2D game. But to make a 2D game you need 2D movement. And so today we're going to do a simple 2D movement. This will be a two-part episode. So let's start. So first, create folder, name it scripts so we can keep everything organized. Now here up here in the game object, a 2D sprite square. Let's name him player. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change his color to a yellow color. Now let's just edit our player a little bit. So let's create in him a square. Just decrease the size of the square a little bit. Let's move it to X like that. Let's duplicate it. Make it minus 0.42. Duplicate that. Rotate it. Rotate in the Z direction. Minus 90. Bring it in the middle. Make it top. Minus 0.42. Duplicate that. Plus 1. That's our plan. And let's change these colors to a darkish version of yellow. There, that's our players. Now, what we want, or save the scene. So now what we want is that our player should move right and left on arrow keys and WASD keys. So to do that, we need scripts. But before scripts, we need something that we can do. So in these squares, name it border. Yeah, border. And what we are going to do is we are going to give these guys not box collider 2D because we are not going to use box colliders for collider. That's why this is a two-part series because in the second part we are going to write a code for our own collider. So let's start. So in the scripts folder, create a new C# script, name it player underscore movement. Open that script. And you may ask, how did I change the cursor color? I changed it. So let's not talk about that. Let's start programming. So it will be like this. So we're gonna get some booleans first. So those booleans will be like this. So those booleans will be serialized field, seria, oh yeah, seri, what am I doing? Serialized field. Let's make it a private. So private, and let's just say serialized fields, private. Bool. Oh, it's showing error, so I made something mistake. So serialized field, yeah. So bool, and let's name this boolean variable w, then a, then s, then now. That's a simple thing. Now we need to create another boolean, so serialized field, private bool, and what's the name of this bool? It's right, it's up arrow, left arrow, S means down arrow, and D means right done. So we are done. And now what we are going to do is like, oh yeah, we need to get the speed variable. So public speed. And now one more thing I think we need. Do we need? No, we don't need it. So let's start. So first, let's create a new method. So public void. mm, let's name it input. Get input. And now what we are going to do is we're going to do this. So W is equal to input dot get key code dot W. Now A is equal to input dot get key code dot A. Let's duplicate these. Copy these, paste it. S and D. Let's make it S and D. Now these are our WASD controls. Now let's go for up arrow. So up arrow to input dot get key code dot up arrow. Let's copy this whole line of code, paste it. Let's name it left arrow, paste it again, down arrow, paste it again, and at last, right. We have done a great job. So this was the first part, and now what are we gonna call this method? We are going to call this method in the update method. So get input in the update, done. Now we need a movement. So let's create public void movement. And now what are we gonna do is we're gonna take input. So if W or this or and W means up arrow, so up arrow, then we are going to do is let's get a game object. So public game object, public game object, and it's player. So now we can just write player dot transform the translate, and the translate method is where are you gonna move. So let's check. So if we want to move it up, it's gonna move in y direction. So in y, so 0 speed, and let's put another 0 because it takes a vector 3. Now it's done. So now we're gonna check that if it's A, or A means left arrow, so it's gonna move left. So that copy the speed, make it 0, put minus, and then put the speed. That's good. Now let's copy this whole thing, make it S Now, down arrow minus speed. There's a mistake here. Yeah, solved it. Now, E, right arrow, and that's done. Now we just need to call this method. So to call this method, we can just do a normal call. So layer movement. Yeah, that's a simple code. But there's one problem in this code. I'm gonna explain it. Just wait. I'm going to explain that problem. The problem is like, let me show you. So let's add box collider to these. So box collider 2D. Let's make a sprite. Let's decrease its size like that. Let's move it there. Let's increase its size to up. That's let's add a box collider 2D. Now let's just set the script on player game object. Here we can see. So now we just need to set the player and you just need to set the speed. So I'm gonna set the speed for default 5. Now there is the problem. So here, let me show you the problem. Not blah blah. Problem is like this. So I'm like, what was happening? I don't know. Whew. Let me check. Oh, sorry. There's one problem here. Do not put speed for transform.translate data. Transform.translate like takes speed less than 1. Like I'm moving 5 blocks. So let me just put 2, 5. That's why we use F, float. Because float is very essential when we are using transform.translate. But you're asking, why transform.translate? Because transform.translate is an easy peasy function. See, we're moving. But we both have box colliders, but we're not colliding, and that's the problem of transform.translate. But I have a solution, and that solution is gonna come in the second part of this episode. So stay tuned for the next episode. It's gonna be very good, man. So that's all for today. Stay happy. Thank you.